this afternoon. What was your take on the game?
Yeah, I think it wasn't obviously the ending that we wanted. After kind of all being positive all week about the players we've signed, and the feeling before the game was fantastic, and coming out and the fans were brilliant today, and then we didn't want to have a negative end to the day, but we have, and I feel the team showed real character and fight all game. Listen, we played against a good team today, and I thought we were the better team in large parts of it, and obviously when we get a man sent off, I don't know what minute it was, 65 minutes or so, it becomes like almost impossible then against a team who want to keep possession anyway. They just made a load of passes at the back, didn't they? Try to wear the players down and run the clock down with that, but we were still in it. We obviously scored a goal at the end, and potentially could have scored a goal right at pretty much the last kick of the game. So we showed character and fight, which I was pleased about. Yeah, but we're talking about the officials again. We score a goal that's onside, and it's flagged for offside. It's onside. We have a free kick in the first half. It's launched into the box. Jay Williams is about to challenge for it, and he's clearly pushed to the ground with two hands by Jatta. Clear penalty. The referee's positioned perfectly. We don't get it. It's clear penalty. And then obviously Clyde gets... The player stands on his foot and he pushes him off and he gets sent off. It's like, what's going on? What is going on? Because we feel hard done by the officials today.
Yeah, the good news is we were obviously creating chances, and especially considering in many ways, and this obviously isn't an excuse, it is a relatively new team, because with the manner of how many players that we have signed, it's going to take a little bit of time to get used to everybody, isn't it?
Yeah, we ain't got time though, Sam. This is what we said yesterday. The usual thing of a manager is that it's going to take time to bed in. I'm not going to use that excuse because we haven't got time now. We spoke to the players about what our targets was yesterday, and I said to them we ain't got time to bed in, and we've got to hit the ground running now. But we've got a certain amount of wins we've got to get within 21 games, and I just said to the players, now we've got a certain amount of wins to get within 20 games, because that's one chalked off, and we've got to act quickly. What I did see today was a fighting spirit from the players, and I thought there's some really good performances out there today.
Yeah, a couple of solid home debuts. Theo Vassell handled, obviously, Jatta, a great striker, very well. Louis Copley held his own, and what's his first professional start as well. So there are sort of a lot of positives to take from the day, aren't there?
Copley was outstanding today. I thought he was the best player on the pitch by a mile. I thought he was brilliant. I thought he looked brave on the ball. He's got them long legs to make tackles. I thought he was outstanding. I thought he was really, really good today. Really pleased with him. Vassell, we kind of knew that he would have that defensive prowess against a real strong forward. And I thought he got the better of him during the game. I thought he was really assured. I thought Johnny Russell did really well on the wide left. I thought he was really game. And Lolis was kind of like just about getting into the game. And, he had some real brilliant spells, didn't he? And Orsi had kind of spells as well in the game. But I thought there was a lot of balls dropped in their box, and it didn't seem to drop for us, did it? There was a lot of balls dropping down, and we didn't seem to get that little bit of look at the rub of the green in the boxes. I suppose in a way the first goal for theirs is kind of like Jody Jones cuts in onto his left foot and he sticks it in the top corner. Sometimes you can't do much about that, but we can definitely defend the corner better than we did. And I'm disappointed with that, because obviously we're still in the game. Maka goes up the other end, gets a free kick and scores. Like I say, we could have actually scored it with the last kick of the game. It looked like it was going to drop in, and it drops to the other side of the post, and that's just kind of how our season's been. But like I say, we showed a real fighting spirit today, and we definitely did not throw the towel in, even with 10 men. I thought we kept going.
Yeah, what's the thing that you want to see the lads work on in training before the Barrow game next week?
Well, I think there's lots to work on. Obviously, we need to first of all be better in both boxes. I think that's really clear. I thought that we played some good football today. I thought we looked assured with the ball. I thought our press was right. I thought kind of out of possession we looked good. There's a couple of times when we're really brave with how we press. We go man for man almost, and there was a couple of times when they went up back through, and we made a couple of last ditch slide tackles and that, which sometimes we have to. But I think it's both boxes. I think this is where we've got to improve. We've got to stop, teams from being able to score, clear to see, and we've got to put the ball in the net at the other end. And when balls drop down in the box, we've got to react to it. We've got to be more on the front foot rather than waiting, and we just got to improve in both boxes for me.
Is it the fight that's impressed you most today?
Yeah, I think that the crowd helped today, definitely. I think that obviously with what we've signed and who we've signed, I think that's obviously had a real positive effect with the fans. But the crowd definitely helped today. I think that they were brilliant throughout the game, and I know those little kind of like lulls in the game, especially after we got a man sent off. We were down to 10 men. Listen, they're a good side, so they rest with the ball really well. They play it around from the back, and we find it hard to press and get after them because we're one man less. And there was lulls in the game where it felt like that, but I think the players kept going. I think the fans could see that, and I think there was an energy within the stadium today that we've not seen for a while, and I think you could see that on the pitch as well. I thought the players, put a real good shift in today.
Yeah, and are you impressed with how quickly they've sort of gelled and taken on all the information?
Yeah, I've been impressed with them in training, and it's no surprise that we looked like they played together for a while. It didn't look kind of like this was a new player and that was a new player. It didn't look like that to me, did it? It looked like they'd been together for a while, and which is pleasing because like I say to Sam, we haven't got time.
No.
We're not going to have time to. I can't stand here or sit here and say to the press and to the fans that you got to wait till we all gel and all that. None of that rubbish. We've got 20 games. We've got to win. We've got to go and win now, and that's it. And that's what we've got to do. And there ain't no time to gel. That's just the way it is.
Yeah, and Johnny Russell, we saw a little bit of Cheltenham, but the long throw-in, was that something particularly you were looking at to bring in? Because it's quite a weapon, isn't it? And how important could that be?
No, we actually didn't. We didn't sign him for that reason. We signed him because we felt that he's a good young prospect, and we wanted him as an asset at the football club, and we feel that his character's really good. He backs himself, and the long throw come with it. It wasn't the reason why. It's always a plus when you get that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's certainly a weapon, isn't it? And
yeah.
that's what we scored our goal from. That was onside. That was offside.
Right. Yes, of course. Yeah. And going back to the officials, I don't want to talk about them too much, but when you're where you are in the league, those sort of decisions always go against you, don't they? That's how it seems this season.
It doesn't. It kind of doesn't. I don't think where we are in the division doesn't make a jot of difference on decisions that they make every week.
No.
It doesn't make a jot of difference. They're just like today was just like way off, and I don't understand how you can flag for an offside when it's not offside. It's either offside or it's not. I know that sometimes it's close, but it wasn't even close. It's like really, really obvious. And the offside, the penalty. I think everyone in the stadium can see it. Even Martin Patterson spoke to me afterwards, their manager, and said, you've got a clear penalty in the first half. I don't know how we got away with that one. It's like everyone in the stadium can see it apart from the man who's standing 10 yards away from it. It's a clear, like, two-handed push. Jay's foot boot actually comes off.
Yeah.
Everyone in the stadium can see it but him. And then it's a goal kick. It's just not fair.
No.
It's just isn't fair. But we just got to focus on what we do and focus on. We can't control that, and we never will be able to. We just got to control what we can control, and that's us.
Yeah, and finally, since we spoke to you on Thursday, obviously Lewis Richards and Kellen Gordon have come in. How pleased are you with those signings, and what will they bring? Obviously, we know a lot about Kellen, but Lewis.
Yeah, power and pace. Lewis is a real powerful boy. He can play wide left, can play left centre half. Real strong runner. I've been watching him for a number of years actually, and he was a target of mine when I was the manager of MK Dons. I really liked him then and kept my eye on him, and not played a lot through kind of a bit of injury and not being out of favour a little bit. Spoke to Graham Alexander, the Bradford manager, last week, and he loved him. He really loved him and was kind of loath to get rid of him, but felt that there was a few in front of him, and you know, when we knew he'd come available, we jumped on it. But he's a real powerful boy, can run, like I say, can play multiple positions, and obviously Kellen we know again, another powerful lad who we know what his qualities are. So yeah, really pleased to get them over the line.
And whose idea was the video of the band back together, because that was pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah, Sam's.
Fair enough. Excellent. Thanks, Scott.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks for joining us. Obviously, a difficult afternoon here at the Broadfield Stadium. What was your overall sort of reflection on the game?
No, I think a bit of a tough one to take, to be honest. Obviously, I feel like we played quite well in the first half, dominated, had the majority of the chances, and started well in the second half as well. And then, obviously, a bit of a wonder strike from the boy, to be fair. But I feel like we was definitely on top for the majority of the game.
Yeah, red cards never come at a great time, but obviously having just gone 1-0 down, looking to get a foothold back in the game, it really didn't make things easy, did it? But in fairness to the lads, there was a real fighting spirit out there, wasn't there?
Yeah, you know, obviously getting a red card at that time was quite a difficult one to take, but I feel like the boys showed character, to be fair. Like, I feel like we really dug in and really didn't go under, to be fair. Like, we were still at it, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, for large parts of the game, we held the ball. I'm sure the stats would probably be in our favour in terms of possession. Obviously, there's only one stat that matters at the end of the game, but as you sort of said before, just before the interview, if we play like that most weeks, you know, we're going to get like a decent result every now and then, aren't we?
Yeah, you know, obviously, it's as everyone knows, it's a new group. So a lot of the boys playing out there with each other in the first time, definitely my first time playing with some of all the players and stuff. But yeah, I think there's definitely good signs you can take from that. Like, I think the attitude towards like our goal is very serious right now.
Yeah, and how did you find, obviously, the first 90 minutes that you've had in a Crawley shirt? How was it?
No, I thought the fans were great, to be honest. I think even when we went a goal down, like, they were still behind us, and it shows that they believe in what we can do and gives us that extra yard to really put it in. So I'm looking forward to the next couple of months.
You formed sort of a new look back three for Crawley today. How did you find it with Flynn and Vassell today?
No, obviously they're very, very good players, like experienced players, and you can tell, like, by the way we talk to each other and the way we're trying to find out what each other want and like how each other like to play, to be fair. But yeah, no, top players.
And Harry obviously scored the late free kick. You're back playing with him. Is it nice to be back on the same side?
Yeah, you know, obviously played with Macca probably 5 years ago at Swindon, and yeah, I think we all know, like, when he gets his eye for goal, he can be unbelievable. Yeah.
And 2 tricky away trips next. How do you assess those? Barrow and then is it Walsall, I think?
Yeah. I think, yeah, it's just, for me, just got to get our heads down, get on the training pitch, work with each other this week, and then I think we'd definitely be going for the win. Yeah.
Good. Thank you.
Cheers.